Okay, hello there, this is your English teacher George, and this is lesson 23, lección 23. Today we're going to see adverbs, vamos a ver adverbios, and more return words, más palabras de regreso. Okay, so the first thing is adverbs. Okay, an adverb basically describes how the action is done. Okay, un adverbio básicamente describe cómo se hace la acción o el verbo. Okay, and here it is. Aquí está el cómo, how. Okay, remember this is where, donde, what, who, and okay, the rest of it. Okay, all right, very good. Now, really, an adverb describes especially this. Okay, describe principalmente el cómo, pero también puede ser el where and el when, okay? Puede ser, okay? So all this is the adverb, but it's mostly how, principalmente el how. So we're going to concentrate on that. Nos vamos a concentrar en eso entonces. Okay, so in this sentence we have John plays the piano beautifully. Okay. John, subject, plays, verb, action, okay? The piano, what? And we have how, beautifully. Entonces tenemos sujeto, verbo, que, quién, cómo. See, here's the cómo. This is the adverb. Okay, so we have Juan toca, que, el piano, cómo, hermosamente, beautifully, okay? John plays the piano beautifully. So this is the adverb. Este es el adverbio, cómo lo toca. Okay, beautifully, okay? All right, another example. Okay, in this next example, we have Susan drives her car carefully. How? ¿Cómo? Adverb, carefully, cuidadosamente. Okay, so Susan drives her car carefully, beautifully. Adverbs. Okay, very good. Okay, one more example, uno más. It says here, I understand this perfectly. Yo entiendo esto como perfectly. So you have perfectly, adverb, carefully, adverb, beautifully. Okay, all this is how, como. Okay, yo entiendo esto como perfectamente. I understand this perfectly. Okay, very good. Now notice that many adverbs end with li. Muchos adjetivos terminan con li, con una L o con dos L, dependiendo de la terminación. No vamos a ver eso ahorita, okay? It's double L or simple L. Okay, we're not going to see this right now. Okay, so it's beautifully, mente, carefully, mente, and perfectly, mente. Okay, so li is mente. All right, very good. Okay, another type of adverb is the frequency adverb. Otro tipo de adverbio es el frecuencia. Ya lo hemos visto, la frecuencia, okay? Siempre, nunca, todo eso, okay? Always, never, etc. Okay, and we've seen that it goes here, okay? So we have subject, verb, complement, subject, verb, complement, okay? Okay, and the frequency goes here. Okay, aquí es donde va la frecuencia, okay, the frequency, okay? So, for example, Susan drives carefully, okay? Susan drives, como, carefully, but, cuando, okay? Always. Susan always drives carefully. Susan always drives carefully. I'm going to put it, lo voy a poner. Okay, so we have Susan drives her car. Susana maneja su carro. How? ¿Cómo? Susan drives her car carefully, ahí está, carefully, the adverb, carefully, and here's another adverb, always, siempre, always, okay? Susan always. So we have two adverbs. Tenemos dos adverbios, siempre y cuidadosamente. We have two adverbs, okay? We can have two or three adverbs in a sentence, okay? Okay, because recuerden, el adverbio es desde el how, el where y el when. Estas tres partes pueden ser adverbios. Those three parts can be adverbs, okay? So this is frequency, cuando, and this is carefully, como, okay? But it's mostly how. Principalmente es como, alright, very good. So you see, el cuando es una especie de como, realmente, okay? So the frequency is kind of like a description of how you do things, okay? Now we know this, esto ya lo sabemos. Vamos a aprender hoy otros más que son también útiles, okay? We're going to learn some other ones that are useful. Alright, the first one is the word almost. Almost is casi. So almost always, casi siempre, and almost never, casi nunca. Okay, sigue, okay. So you have double adverbs. Aquí tenemos dos adverbios juntos, es posible. Okay, los adverbios ocurren donde sea. Okay, we have two adverbs that are together because adverbs occur wherever, okay. So almost, casi, casi siempre, y casi nunca. Okay, more, más. Okay, we have some more frequencies. Okay, we have between always and often, entre always y often, we have generally, generalmente. Between often and sometimes, entre often and sometimes, we have usualmente. And then between sometimes and seldom, entre algunas veces y seldom, rara vez, okay, it's occasionally, ocasionalmente. And then we have, más arriba de never, además de almost never, es rarely, raramente, o rara vez, okay? So now we have more. Ahora ya tenemos 10 en vez de 5. Now we have 10 frequencies instead of 5. So this is increasing your vocabulary, and that's very good for you, okay? Let's continue. Okay, what we're going to see right now, lo que vamos a ver ahora son los adverbs of degree, los adverbios de grado. Okay, una persona es alta, pero ¿qué tan alta? Poquito alto, muy alto, demasiado alto, todos esos, poco, demasiado, bastante, todos esos son grados, okay? Adverbs of degree, okay? And they can specify how much a thing or a person is. Especifican qué tanto es una cosa o una persona, okay? And they specify adjectives or adverbs, y especifican los adjetivos o los adverbios, okay? Don't worry, no se preocupe mucho. Okay, let's take a look at an example. Vamos a ver un ejemplo, okay? Alright, we have an example here. It says, your daughter is tall. Tu hija es alta. Sin nada enfrente. No hay especificador. No hay un cuánto. No hay adverbio. Okay, your daughter is tall. Tu hija es alta. Now we're going to put some adverbs. Ahora vamos a poner adverbios de especificación de cuantía. Alright, very good. Okay. Okay, so remember the sentence is your daughter is tall. Tu hija es alta. Now, how? ¿Cómo? Ahí está el cómo. ¿Cómo de alta? Okay, you have very tall. Muy alta. Very tall. Esto ya lo saben, imagino. Now, hacia arriba, cada vez más exagerada la cosa. Okay, we're going upward. Okay, really tall. Realmente alta. So tall. Tan alta. Okay. It carries a comparative. Normalmente ese so lleva un comparativo. Tan alta que se topa con las ramas, okay? Your daughter is so tall that she bumps with the branches, okay, etc. Okay, and now this one is, esto es demasiado. Your daughter is too tall. Too tall es demasiado, más de lo deseable, okay? No aplica para todos. It doesn't go with all the adverbs or the adjectives, okay? In this case, it is. Your daughter is too tall, es demasiado alta, okay? Okay, very good. Now, let's go down. Ahora vamos downward, hacia abajo, okay? Okay, now downward we have tall, alta, simplemente alta. Quite tall, bastante alta. Rather tall is más bien alta, okay? Somewhat tall, más o menos, o como que dándole hacia alta, okay? Somewhat, más o menos, and then hardly, difícilmente, okay? Hardly, o apenas, okay? I could not put here difícilmente or apenas. Okay, now, see, these adverbs, estos adverbios están diciendo cómo, qué tan alta es la hija de esta persona, okay? So you have to know this. Son importantes saber todos estos. En esta escala, okay? If they are too much for you, si son muchos para ti, pues aprende los que te sean más fáciles. Pero por lo menos 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, at least 3 or 4 more. Por lo menos 3 o 4 más. Okay, I'll say 2 here, aquí 2 hacia arriba y 2 hacia abajo. Okay, okay, they're very good. But if you can't learn all of them, okay, pero si puedes aprender todos, pues qué bueno. Okay, these are adverbs. Adverbios que especifican. Adverbios que especifican. Okay, another example, otro ejemplo. Okay, exercise, ejercicio, okay. Here we have well es bien, okay, bien. Es un adverbio, como se hacen las cosas, bien. Okay, so well. Now we have, okay, your homework. Ejercicio hacia arriba, muy bien, very, muy bien. Okay, very well. Más para arriba, okay, upwards. Realmente bien, really well. Y tan bien que parece un profesional. So well that he could be a professional. Podría ser un profesional. Ok, very good. Ahora hacia abajo. Ok, well es bien. Hacia abajo es bastante bien. Quite well. Ok. Tú, más bien, bien. Más bien, ahí tendiendo hacia es rather. Ese rather es muy bueno. Okay, this was very good. Okay, I recommend it. Yo recomiendo este rather, más bien alto, más bien inteligente, como dándole hacia sin llegar a ser demasiado. Okay, rather well. Okay, then we have, más o menos, una mosca, más o menos, es más o menos bien, somewhat, and difícilmente bien, necesita muchas clases, okay, needs a lot of lessons, okay, so it's hardly, creo que es hardly, okay, hardly well, okay, están con well, okay, very good, okay, 12 minutes, let's continue. Okay, this is not exactly an exercise, this is mostly like a homework. Okay, no es exactamente un ejercicio, es más que nada una tarea. Okay, con los adverbios li, okay, que terminan con mente, es 10 oraciones de cómo alguien que tú conozcas, okay, hace las cosas. Whatever, okay, 10 things that somebody does. Okay, desde estupendamente, todo eso, mente, okay, very good. That's homework number 1. Tarea número 1, no lo tienes que hacer ahorita, don't do it right now, you don't have to, okay, but this is your homework for next class, para la siguiente clase. Okay, now we have homework number 2, para la tarea número 2. Ok, tarea número 2, 10 oraciones con adverbios de grado de cómo otra persona o tú hacen las cosas. Ok, for example, if this is George, digamos, George explains his lessons really well. George explains his lessons really well. Jorge explica sus lecciones realmente bien, ok? Ojalá. Alright, very good. And for the other exercise, para el otro ejercicio, okay, el anterior, la tarea número 1, pudo haber sido, it could have been for the other exercise, the one we mentioned before, could have been, George writes on the board hastily, ¿cómo? George writes on the board hastily is apresuradamente. George escribe en la pizarra apresuradamente, okay, casi no se le entiende. Alright, very good. So that is your homework. Esas son tus 2 tareas que tienes. Esas moscas son más amistosas. Okay, dicen que el perro es el mejor amigo del hombre. Yo digo que la mosca es más amiga del hombre. Todo el tiempo quieren estar con nosotros, okay? Okay, they say that the dog is man's best friend. I don't think so, okay? I think that man's best friend is the fly. Okay, they're always around you. Okay, they want to be around you all the time with you. Okay, let's remember that this lesson has 2 parts. Part number 1 is adverbs. Esta lección tiene 2 dos partes. La primera parte es adverbios, okay, adverbios, adverbs. And the second part is more return words. La segunda parte es más palabras de regreso, más palabras de regreso. Now we know and, por supuesto, and, but, so, and because, okay, esas son las más usuales. This is the usual, okay, because. Now we're going to learn some more. Ahora vamos a aprender más palabras de regreso para hacer oraciones compuestas. Okay, this is to make compound sentences. Okay, more return words. All right, the new return words, very good for you. Muy buenas para ti estas palabras de regreso. It's the first one is however, sin embargo. Okay, this one's very similar to however. Esta es muy similar pero un poco diferente. However, sin embargo, and nonetheless es no obstante. No obstante, okay, no obstante. Okay, then you have this one. This one's very good. Esta la tiene que saber. This one's very good. Therefore, por lo tanto, consecuencia. Therefore, por lo tanto, no pude ir a la tienda. Okay, por lo tanto, tuve que cancelar mis vacaciones. Okay, and this last one is although, aunque. Okay, aunque. All right, very good. So now you have and, but, so, because, and one more, 5, and 5 you have 10. Ahora ya tenemos 10 palabras de regreso. Okay, very good for you. Very good for you. Excellent for you. Okay, so this is the end of lesson 23. The next lesson is 24, and we only have 6 lessons left. Después de esta lección 23, las siguientes 24, y nos quedan solamente 6 lecciones más, en las cuales vamos a ver enseguida algunos verbos que solamente tienen un tiempo, o son solamente presentes, siempre son presentes, no tienen pasado o futuro. Otras son siempre futuro, no tienen ni pasado ni presente. Y otras son pasado, solamente tienen pasado, no tienen ni presente ni futuro. Es un solo modo de tiempo, un solo modo, el modo presente, el modo pasado o el modo futuro. Y por eso se llaman modales, verbos modales, okay? That's why they're going to be called modal verbs, because they only have one tense, only present tense, only past tense, or only future tense, okay? For example, can, ya hemos visto el can. El can es presente, puedo, okay? Can, for example, is only present, okay? All right, very good. And you can't use it in future or in past, okay? And they're going to be very interesting, okay? Va a ser muy interesante. And then after that, y lo último que nos va a quedar ya va a ser el tiempo pasado perfecto. And the last thing we're going to see is a perfect tense. El perfecto no es que está muy bien hecho. Gramaticalmente perfecto es que ya pasó, ya lo hiciste. Okay? The perfect doesn't mean that it's really well done. In grammar, perfect means it's already done. It's already passed. Okay? And for example, I have traveled, or I have eaten. Yo he viajado, or tú has comido. Yo he, tú has, that's the perfect. Okay? And we're going to do exercises with the perfect modal. Y vamos a terminar con el perfecto modal. Okay, and after that you'll have your 70%, y después de eso ya tendrás tu 70% de inglés. Si, if, la cláusula if, si hiciste todo lo que debiste haber hecho, y espero que así sea. Alright, very good. So then, we're going to say goodbye right now. Vamos a decirnos adiós ahorita. Okay, you have a very nice day. Tengo un día muy bonito. And do everything you have to do, but don't forget to study and do your homework. Okay, very good. Bye bye then. Ciao.